Moviesucktastic is a podcast about bad movies and the people that love them. But it's more than just a podcast, it's also an online presence. If you want to know more about Moviesucktastic or want to become a part of Moviesucktastic, you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Twitter at Moviesucktastic, you can find our blog at boothreviews.blogspot.com, or if you want to give your own reviews that we might use on the show, you can go to reviews.moviesucktastic.com and check out our own little lunch.com community for Moviesucktastic. Check us out and become a part of the show, because the only thing more fun than a bad movie is sharing it.
They've defied evolution for 300 million years, but now they're changing.
Is it them?
The Nest.
You're listening to Moviesucktastic.
Dude, no! Oh!
Oh boy. Been a dog's age. You're muted still.
I'm still muted, so I don't know why I'm talking.
Muted, man.
I'm here. I'm here.
Are you
I
here?
forgot how to work everything.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, welcome everyone to Moviesucktastic. A mini hiatus, but we're back on track, hopefully, for the long term.
As a matter of fact, the last time I saw Scott, he was in my house.
And we didn't do a live version from your house because I drove 24 hours from Texas to get there.
But, well, the thing is, we talked about, we talked about doing a live show from the house. And you know what? As much as I would have liked to have done it, I'm glad we didn't. We got to hang out, and that in the end, that's better.
Priorities.
I think so.
Priorities, right. But we're back. And we're back. And we're back to complete the challenge that I gave the Joey last episode, our last episode. And I saw our last episode, and I think the others before it are up on iTunes finally.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We are up to date. The YouTube page is up to date with the videos as well.
Well, with the YouTube page, it's easier now since we're streaming via YouTube because live stream shit the bed.
Yeah. And you know what? I got to be honest, it's better.
Oh, yeah.
We should have done this years ago.
Yeah, but we're old white guys, so we fear change.
Because the program I don't, but No, it was more of a lazy thing. It was like, this works, and
that
even though it
too,
doesn't work that great, then I gotta go do homework on a new program, which I ended up doing, and ironically enough, Scott is now using the same program.
Yep,
So-
Strangers in a Strange Land will be back on a separate, its own YouTube channel. We'll be streaming live there. Myself,
I
and
hope to be a special guest every once in a while. That'd be
whenever you're available, sir.
Okay.
We might bring Gino on just to make him cry. Just kidding, Gino.
Oh, poor Gino. So yeah, I didn't realize how long this hiatus was.
Well, I took a week off, then you took a week off, and it snowballs. It snowballs.
It just kind of does. Well, and then the week off, we had the week off together because you were in New Jersey. You were
right.
at my
So we didn't do
house.
that either.
So
it's been like a month.
We both had weddings to go to, day apart.
And also, my daughter texted me today. Said, "Can we go see Halloween tonight?" It's like, oh.
Does that come out tonight?
Yeah.
Midnight showing tonight?
Not mid. It was 10:45 showing.
10:45. I think it's gonna have a big weekend.
9:45. 9:45. They're predicting like 60 million opening weekend.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And you know what? The fucking Friday the 13th people better take a fucking close look at this shit, because I was just getting into a conversation about Friday
How about
the 13th.
the Freddy people?
They already tried it. That reboot is too new. Well, that's not
Friday
true.
the 13th
Friday the
tried
13th
it too.
was the year before.
Yeah,
Friday
they
the
both
13th
tried it.
came out in 2009, and then Freddy, the Nightmare on Elm Street, came out in 2010.
Right, and they both tried it, and they both fucked it up, and this one looks legit.
Well, and that's what I'm getting at. Both of those franchises need to take a look at how they did this, and because they're basically refranchising Halloween. It's gonna fucking happen.
But without remaking it or rebooting it, but just like saying, okay, this is a sequel to the first one. How fucking... When I heard that, I was like, that's the most genius thing I fucking heard.
Yeah,
ever
because
heard.
now they can make 6 more movies.
And
7 more movies.
Well, I don't know about that, but at least it's like
they'll make at least 4 or 5. 6.
It's a way to stay true to the original fan base.
Yeah.
And try to bring in new people. And luckily, since Rob Zombie went fucking Rob Zombie on it, it seems original coming out the way it does now.
He is doing a House of a Thousand Corpses Devil's Reject sequel.
Good. That's what he should do.
Yeah.
He should do his stuff. Stop doing, stop trying to be Stanley Kubrick or whatever the fuck you think you are.
That first Halloween remake that he did, it wasn't bad.
I liked the first one. I thought it was interesting.
Bad. It was okay.
It was
the second
interesting.
one.
Yeah, second
much
one.
Much like the original sequel to Halloween was terrible.
So not only is it like picking up like the second sequel did in the original series, but the first 20 minutes is a dream sequence. Spoiler alert. Fuck you.
Oh my God.
Anyway, before we get into my challenge to you, which is The Nest.
Yes.
We've been off so long. I've watched a couple of horror films that I want to see if you've seen so we can discuss them.
Oh, sure.
Now, pardon me. Now,
I have been watching a lot of horror. Like last night I was working late to try and get a head start on today, which Mare, she didn't force me, but she really just wanted me to come upstairs instead of working late in the basement because she's watching that new Netflix show. It's not House on Haunted Hill?
I don't know.
They have something on Netflix where it's like House on Haunted Hill, but it's a TV show. And she says it's super, super duper scary, and you need to come up so I can go to sleep. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I need to get work done.
Tell me, women.
It's The Haunting of Hill House. That's what it is.
The Haunting of Hill House. Okay.
Yeah, and she says it's very scary, and I don't care.
Now, I'm pretty sure The Haunting of Hill House was another movie. There is The House on Haunted Hill, and then there's The Haunting of Hill House. Right. So I'm pretty sure those are two. They're doing TV shows and everything. They have a TV show. They have a TV series or a TV adaptation. Because it's not TV. It's Netflix or Hulu or whatever. But it's a serialization. Let's start using that term for these 10-episode miniseries. It's
And
a
you know what?
serialization.
We've had this conversation. I'm happy they're doing that.
Oh no, definitely, but you can't call it a TV show anymore.
No.
But they're doing a serial. They have a serialization of Picnic at Hanging Rock.
Oh, wow.
What the fuck? Really?
If you want to really break it down, it's essentially a 10-hour movie. You could even break it down a little further.
Yeah, that's why all the filmmakers and screenwriters that have real talent and want to do something different are flocking to cable and streaming sites like Netflix and Hulu because they can do shit in space. But
this is why broadcast television is at its worst for content right now. They have shows that are popular and are considered hits, but the writing, the acting, everything about these broadcast television shows are utter garbage.
It's actually becoming as bad as daytime television.
Yeah, well, Scott, like I said, Scott was over the house, and it was a Thursday night. Scott had come over on a Thursday, and we're all hanging around. Basically, we're all hanging around in our pajamas, and Grey's Anatomy comes on television, which my wife watches religiously.
Oh.
And Scott and I, without talking, are just trading glances at how bad
we did a lot of talking too. No, we did do a lot of talking too. We did a lot of shit talking. Let's be fair.
Well, we did, but it started off with just glances, and then I think we went downstairs and tried to play video games. I don't know. We just hung out downstairs instead of that crap. Crap.
But anyway, so one of the things I watched, we watched in the past couple weeks is The Meg.
Oh wow! Okay.
Have you seen it yet?
I have it. I have not seen it yet.
My review is the same as it was with Skyscraper. Jonathan Statham fights a giant killer shark. I'm okay.
Instead of The Rock climbing a skyscraper, you got Jonathan Statham.
Same thing. Like Holly. I'm actually getting a little soft because Holly even called one. Like at one point, she goes, "Oh, so there's the asshole. He gets eaten halfway through." I was like, his character's not that bad. No, he was the asshole. It's just everything's telegraphed, but it's it's the same shit they were making in the 70s, but now they have a bigger budget and it's better made.
Great special effects, amazing graphics for the the shark and
This is the same shit that Roman
James Cameron?
No.
Spielberg?
No, Roger Corman, I meant to say.
Oh, Roger Corman.
This is the same shit Roger Corman would be making in the fucking 60s. Yeah. But with a $500,000 budget and really good special effects.
That's the only thing that separates the two.
That's it. And
that
you know what?
Really it.
It's just as much.
That's a fucking great point.
Yeah. So that's all I have to say about the Meg. It was just like, all right. And spoiler alert.
Yeah.
They don't kill the dog.
Wow.
And they don't kill the dog.
When was the last time they killed a dog in anything?
Exactly. Actually, the film we'll be reviewing.
Well, I'm talking about recently, probably within the last decade or so. The dog doesn't die.
Even
not in like a horror movie or anything like that.
But even they leave it like that, and like even Holly and I, both of us, is like no, dog's alive. No.
But you know what's funny? My mother-in-law let my children watch Jurassic Park without our consent.
First one.
The first one, yeah.
Okay. Because the dog dies in the second one, not the first one.
Well, you don't get to see it, but it's better how they do it because the dog's leash and doghouse are hanging from the T-Rex's mouth.
Yeah.
Which is better than you actually seeing the T-Rex eat the dog.
And I've told this story before on the show, but I don't know how many years ago, but I saw Jurassic Park 2 in a theater with Chuck Minskoff.
Oh wow!
And were you there?
No, I wasn't there.
It might have been Doug, or maybe it was just Chuck and I. But we're sitting there
over 20 years ago.
Oh yeah. But so I know Chuck was there though, because we're sitting there and the minute they showed the dog scene, I was like, we know they're not going to kill the dog, whatever. And then it gets to the point where the dinosaur head comes up out of the window and the doghouse is swinging from his mouth by the chain. Yeah. And I literally went, yes, yes. And in the row in front of us, this little kid, like had to been like 8 or 10 years old, just turns around and looks up at me, and like a single tear rolls down his cheek. I was like, I'm a monster.
Oh, here's a picture of the dead dog. It's just on the screen right now. The timing couldn't have been better.
I'll make this quick because we still have to talk about The Nest. But the two other films I watched that Hereditary, I finally got around to seeing.
Still haven't seen it.
Okay.
And you know why? I hate to say that my wife holds me back, but that she does.
All right.
It's the only reason why I don't get to watch as many films as I want. Like yesterday, I was watching a little bit of Hotel Artemis, and
I got that just because Charlie Day's in it.
Yeah, right. So I'm watching a little bit of it. I'm just watching the quality of it to make sure that it's good enough to go, on Plex. And I end up watching 20 minutes of it, and I'm like, I should have seen this by now.
Yeah.
I should have seen this by now.
Mm-hmm. But
we're like 20 movies deep of movies, quote unquote, we need to watch.
You got to pick and choose. You got to say, all right, listen, out of these films, I'm watching some of these. So which one do you really want to watch with me? Do you really care?
I and every time we talk about it, I agree with you, but every time we talk about it, I still haven't done it.
I can't. I'm trying to open my last gin bottle and I'm having trouble. It's the little bottles. You can't get your fist around the cap.
Let me help you. Let me get it in there. Here.
No, that's not doing it. No, move your hand. No, that's not the bottle. Stop that.
Who said I was going for the bottle?
I won't. I won't spoil anything about Hereditary.
Good.
I will say this. I have criticisms.
All right.
But it's worth seeing. If for no other reason, it's got some very nice cinematography.
Okay.
It's a well done film, but
yeah, I've heard from 3 people. First person, I loved it. Another person, it was okay, and now from you saying like your take on it. Those are the 3 critiques I've heard.
I loved it until I figured out what was happening, and then I just liked it.
Okay.
I have criticisms. When you watch it, we will review it.
Well, it is October, so
yes.
it is the month to do that stuff.
Right.
My film to you is, you could call it horror, you could call it sci-fi, you can call it a little bit of both.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
I'm just saying the movie I'm going to challenge you to.
Let's save it till we get there.
Okay.
The only other film I want to mention, and this is one I know you've seen before we get into that. The other night we watched It Comes at Night.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah. Didn't we talk about it on the show a little bit?
No, you said you wanted to talk about it.
Okay.
You were like,
when you watch it. I know what we did.
Yeah.
What we did was last Halloween.
Before that, we also watched The Quiet Place.
Loved that.
Damn good film.
Loved it.
Damn good film. Really.
That was so fucking good. It was so well written and so well done.
Yes.
For a movie that has probably a paragraph of dialogue.
At most.
Holy shit.
Yeah. That is storytelling at its finest.
I mean, who knew John Krasinski of The Office fame had it in him?
I knew.
I mean, I like him. I just didn't know that he could make a movie like this. And it's very much in the same way that...
I didn't know he starred in it, too.
Yeah. That, what's his face? Key and Peele guy.
Key or Peele?
I don't remember. Who did Get Out? It was
Get Out?
It was Peele, right?
That was Peele, I think.
Yeah.
It's one of them.
It's one of them. Who knew that he could do a film like Get Out? Gets nominated for Best Picture.
This is why I
mean,
this is why I always
could be a Best Picture nominee. They might look at it that way.
No.
Listen, it's got too much of like that horror aspect to it, with the monster and all that.
If anything, best original screenplay, possibly, but I wouldn't go that far.
Without any dialogue.
Yeah, screenwriting is not just dialogue.
I know that.
Writing screenplay without dialogue is 10 fucking times harder. Yeah, no, it's very well, but maybe I don't know. I'd really be surprised. I mean, Get Out had a couple more things going for it. It was politically and socially politically relevant. Mm-hmm. That helped it. I'm not saying it only got it because it's like a racism film, but that helped. Oscars always,
Sure.
there's that social political relevance or the historical films, but Quiet Place doesn't have that. So that's it's a long shot. Let's say that. But but I just wanted to mention that. But It Comes at Night. Anything you want to say about that real quick, or do we want to do a full review later?
We can do a full review later, but I will say
Okay.
this much. We talked about it, not at length, but what we did the last time, I think it was around Halloween last year.
Uh-huh.
And we were doing just a shoot the shit show.
Yeah.
What have we seen? And we came to the show, I believe we both, for the month of Halloween, we kept bringing, horror films to the show.
Right.
And it was, if we both watched it, we did a more formal review, maybe a little longer than maybe 5 minutes. If one of us watched it, we just kind of gave a little bit of an in-depth. And that's what I did for
It was a bit more structured than this month, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, what I remember talking about It Comes at Night was the huge difference between critic review and audience review. It is, and mainly because of the ending. It is a big deal. And what I also remember talking about is how it's A24? That's the production company?
I think so, yeah.
The trailer that they show is not the movie that you see.
All right. So I watched it with Holly.
Okay.
She's like, pick a horror film. So, all right, I'll pick this one. All right.
Now, did you remember at the time that we kind of talked about it?
Yes, I said,
Okay.
this is a film that Joey saw, and he said we should watch. I've been putting it off. So we watch it. And Holly, during the she liked it during the film and everything. And the film kind of ended, and she was like, yeah, it was okay. I liked it. I kind of liked it. She stewed on it for like 5 or 10 minutes. She was like, no, you know what? No, I hated it. No, fuck this.
Yeah,
and then
Mare hated it immediately.
Well, and you said like the critic thing. She actually went back into Plex and was scrolling through the critic reviews in it. It's like good. What the fuck? Really? Come on. What the hell?
Critics hailed it. The audience was like, "What is this shit?"
The video said, I was like, that was pretty much my household that night. Yes.
Yeah.
I still am
And for the
reserving.
record, I didn't say to watch it. I said you should watch it so that we could talk more about it.
I'm still mulling the film in my head. I'm still deciding whether or not I liked it.
I'm middle of the road.
I'm currently middle of the road. I have not. I may have to break down and actually read some like online criticism or.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is my take on it,
Mm-hmm.
and I still stand by this. And I can understand why there was a lot of people that hated it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you go into it blind,
Oh, I didn't argue with it. When Holly said she didn't like it, I was like, you know what? I can't argue with that.
yeah, if you go into it blind, you don't really know what you're getting into. Is
Now,
it a
and let's
horror
be fair.
film? Is it a dramatic film? Is it a thriller? You
We both
don't
kinda-
really know. You get
That's how
that
we
it's-
both.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how we both went into it. Yeah.
you get that it's post-apocalyptic or something major has happened. But if you watch the trailer first, it's kind of like Brotherhood of the Wolf in a lot of ways. If you watch the trailer first and then you go into It Comes at Night, I can absolutely see most audiences coming out of that disliking the film very much.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Because the trailer that you see is not the movie that you're watching. It
And
truly isn't.
And real quick, for any people watching this video, if you see me playing with my ears a lot, I apologize. I couldn't find my headphones in time, so I borrowed my daughter's spare earbuds, and they're like these little butt plugs that stick into your ear.
Yeah.
And they're really uncomfortable, which I can understand why she doesn't use them. I even saw like her hesitation when she gave them to me. It's like, yeah, try these. It's like, nah, yeah, these suck. But so if I keep
You got to
playing
get
with
your
my
pair
ears,
of like Sennheisers like I have.
I had a decent pair of iPhone ones here. The old before they got rid of wires.
These Sennheisers, I was able to get them on Amazon. I don't know if you could still get them, but they're like $150 headphones that I was able to get for like $45.
Okay, we are not descending into a technical discussion here. We have to move on.
I am just saying they're good.
All right,
they're
but,
real good headphones.
But yeah, so It Comes by Night I'm still undecided.
Let's put it this way. I don't think I'm ever going to watch it again.
Oh, same here. But I'd love to talk about it. So we should do that in the future.
Let's do that in the future.
A film that we're not undecided on would be The Nest.
Yeah. What a shitty movie.
1988.
1988. And I was thinking of going in the direction of a challenge, and I know that's ways off, but it's not what I'm challenging you to, so I'll bring it up later. But the whole sheriff in a small town.
Jaws.
Jaws comes to mind, but I'm like, I can't challenge you to Jaws. It's too good a film, and we don't want to do that.
I gotta tell you, the one thing, my big criticism of the Meg is that at no point did someone say we need a bigger boat, because the Meg is basically Jaws, but with a prehistoric monster and no island. So whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, Holly said it first 5 minutes. It's Jaws. It's like yeah, it's Jaws. Sheriff, island.
Yeah.
Instead of a shark, it's cockroaches. Yeah, perfect. The sheriff, by the way, swinging Sheriff Tarbell, who seems to be laying half the fucking island.
Yeah. Like he's fucking the waitress in the local diner, and her dad is stealing boats. Are you gonna marry my daughter, Sheriff? Humana.
No, he said, I like her a lot. And that scene where he said that, she turned to me and goes, who's his daughter? I was like, it could be anybody on the island at this point.
And then the second his old sweetheart comes into town, he's like, fuck that bitch.
All right. Well, let's
get ahead of ourselves. I know.
The film starts with the sheriff.
Yep.
And after like a 5-minute opening credit sequence with just like cockroaches swirling in the background in like a red.
They use it in the trailer too.
Horrible. Now,
although I will say, I did like the trailer, and I liked it because there's just music. There's a narrator, very little, minimal for that. Mostly just brooding music and footage of the movie. It makes it look like a better film than it is.
In the late 80s, they started figuring that out.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, first, I want to point out that the director of this.
What's his face? It's
the only
Terrence H. Winkless.
Yeah, the only other thing he directed that's even notable is the remake of Roger Corman's "Not of This Earth."
Not of This Earth. Oh God, he's done some Mighty Morphin Power Ranger episodes.
Yeah, but not of This Earth is a remake, a Roger Corman remake that I haven't. There was this point in the late 80s where they started remaking 50s horror films.
Jesus Christ, this was his first movie, The Nest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at it now. I didn't know that.
Now, the screenwriter, by the way, just like Slugs, this film was also based on a novel.
Yes, by Eli Cantor.
Right,
no,
and
sorry.
the one.
Yes, Eli Cantor.
And the one thing I got to look up on Amazon, I meant to check this before, but I didn't get around to it. But anyway, the screenwriter also wrote the screenplay for Phantom of the Mall.
Oh God!
Which I need to get a copy of that because I remember that.
I thought we talked about that. I thought we got a copy.
Phantom of the Mall? No, we've never talked about that.
No, we've talked. Wait, I talked about it with somebody. I just assumed it was you.
Oh, if we did, it was a while ago. The only film I could think of that we might have talked about it during would be Shopping Mall.
No, we definitely talked about Phantom of the Mall.
Yeah, but I mean,
maybe not us. I've definitely talked about it, and not that long ago.
I'm saying we probably talked about it in reference to Shopping Mall, while we're reviewing Shopping Mall or something. That's all I could think of.
You know what? You might be right.
What was the author's name again? Eric Cantor?
Eli Cantor.
Eli Cantor. Is that C-I? C-A?
C-A-N-T-O-R.
Okay, I just wanted to double check something. But the screenwriter, he wrote the screenplay for Phantom of the Mall and Clean Slate.
Clean Slate. Wait, why does that sound familiar?
That's with the memory thing with the guy Dana Carvey, where he loses his memory every night. I still like that film. I liked young Dana Carvey. I did. I thought he was funny. I didn't like his impression stuff as much. I just liked his straight comedy. I I have a soft spot for Clean Slate. It's on my Plex. Every now and then I'll watch it.
Isn't that the one? The cover of the box is him with a chalkboard. Am I getting that right?
There's a brick wall behind him, and like they're painting over it.
Painting over it.
Yeah.
Why did I think there was a chalkboard?
He had the dog with it. I have no idea.
Yeah, me neither.
He had the dog with an eye patch with no depth perception. So it kept bumping into walls and stuff. It was really, really not really highbrow humor, but it was fucking great.
It's Clean Slate. Oh,
yeah.
There it is. Oh, yeah, that is brick wall with the dog and
what's her name? The chick from Hot Shots.
That's the Italian chick.
From Hot Shots.
No, I know. I'm trying to remember her name because with a V.
If I knew, I wouldn't have said the chick.
I'm pretty sure her last name is Galino.
This is not working for me.
What's not working for you?
Lestrada.
Here, I'm just going to look it up. Just Valeria Golino.
Okay.
I got half of it right. I thought it was Valerie, but it's Valeria.
The poor man Selma Hayek.
What does she look like these days?
I don't want to know.
I always had a huge crush on her.
Don't want to. She was. You know what? She had good comic timing.
Oh my God, she's from Naples, Italy, where my father's family is from.
That's what was sexy about her. She had good comic timing. No, seriously.
I believe you.
Okay. See, I try not to run like IMDb while we're doing the show, but then I forget the name of the fucking author and I can't find.
There's 101 photos of her.
Oh, sure.
But oh boy, she's had some work done. Ah, Valeria. Why? Some Botox.
Oh, leave her alone. Stop it.
Little facelift, little bit of facelift.
Stop it.
I'm not into I'm into chicks that grow old gracefully. I'm sorry.
All right, let's get weird place here. Let's back it up a bit.
What weird place?
All right, so
why? Because I don't like Botox.
Okay, so the sheriff, the swinging the dick swinging sheriff of this island, Northport Island, which I think is where they filmed Wings. He's dealing with a variety of rejects from the Popeye movie. The one scene in the diner is like, is this like the Star Wars cantina, but like in the 50s? What the fuck is this? It's like every character is like, okay, I've got a weird hat, my face is funny, and I've got some kind of facial hair that will just, the cook's got come on, the diner cook's got like the weird hat with the brim pressed in the front and the big cigar hanging out his mouth. You got the real estate agent with the rainbow hat and the big nose and the mustache. What the fuck is going on in this town?
It's a small, quiet town.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many movies I can challenge for the small, quiet town.
Oh, it's not even. You can challenge Popeye for this.
I can't do that. I love that movie too much. I would never agree with the. If anyone told me that's a bad film. Like, no, it's not. Yeah, but no, it isn't. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
That movie is so well done. When it opens up, and it opens up on the town, the sun, rises. It opens up on the town. The town is singing. Just the set that they built. When you watch that movie, you can taste the salt in the air. That's how well that movie is portrayed on the edge of the sea. It is so fucking well done.
So, all right. So I'm still stuck on Eli Cantor.
Okay.
Apparently, that's not his real name.
Oh shit! What's his real name?
Gregory A. Douglas.
What's wrong with Gregory A. Douglas as an author's name?
I don't know. I don't know why he used the pseudonym, but that's why I couldn't find like books by him.
Huh.
Because he used a pseudonym. So the real reason I'm looking is because if he wrote this book, The Nest, he also the diner character. When the sheriff goes to the diner, we meet our cast of characters for the whole film, including the voice of Millie.
The voice of Millie.
Millie. The girl on the radio. The dispatcher. Millie.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Holy shit,
yeah.
Millie, who is not named in the credits.
Poor Millie.
She's not in the credits. There's no name. There's nothing references who the hell did the voice of Millie, and I am enraptured by Millie. The insane dialogue coming out of Millie's mouth couldn't have been written. It has to have been like ad-lib dialogue. I mean, what was the it's like, did you find? Hey, should I tell everybody that he's like one of nature's never-ending wonders, like tripe? It's like, what the fuck does that mean?
Like tripe.
And then later on they cut back to her, and then the gorilla says to the princess, "Are you at the Intech place yet?" So, what? 10 minutes into this film, the only character I care about is Millie, and all we ever get to see of her is her severed fucking arm. And I don't even have the they don't even have the courtesy to tell me who did her voice.
They don't care.
It sounded like a drugged Fran Drescher, and it is quite possible they drugged Fran Drescher and made her do it.
You know what? For all we know, it's someone that was working on the film, and it's just like, hey, you want to do some voiceover work? Sure. And that's all it is.
It's probably a relative. Let's be honest.
Probably.
But anyway, reason I was like curious and looking up the author is because when we go to the diner scene, there's one shot in the film where the camera pans across the diner, and the cook, in the back of his pants in the waistband, he has a book tucked in there by the name of The Wasps.
The Wasps. Oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, is that's got to be a fucking book by the same guy? Please tell me, because I don't know why the hell they would bother putting a book in the chef's fucking pants.
And is it?
I don't know, because this guy doesn't really have like a fan base or anything. So
okay.
I'm scanning Amazon pages with the name Gregory, looking for it. I don't know yet.
The Wasps.
Anyway, that's why I wanted to bring that up, because it's like one of those things where, again, I see a book in a film like that where it's like, all right, there's a reason why that's fucking there. Please tell me what it is. Anyway.
So anyway, the mayor's daughter, she comes back in the town, and it's the mayor's birthday. So there's that weird, creepy scene where she goes to the house, and he kind of just looks at her for like it feels like forever, and he just walks over to her very quickly and just gives her a big, huge hug. You're the only thing I wanted for my birthday. And it just, did that come off creepy to you? It came off creepy to me.
Every scene with him and his daughter came off creepy to me.
Now, that actor...
The following scene where like they walk into the bedroom and they stare at each other silently across the bed, I'm like, yeah, shit happened. I don't know if there was like a father bride thing going on here. I don't know what maybe there's a reason why mommy took too many pills.
Well, that actor is Robert Lansing, and you could tell that he was, even though this was one of those probably films he took because he needed the work, he acted the shit out of this movie. He's definitely probably the best actor on screen in this whole film. Just the way he delivers his lines.
That's not saying much.
No, but the way he's delivering his lines, the way he's holding the screen, he's definitely the best actor in the whole movie. And I looked at his repertoire, his resume of stuff, and he's been in some he's had a long, illustrious career. And apparently, because, I always look at, and I can't help it, he died in 1994, only 6 years after this movie. And I was like, oh, what did he die from? And then I look it up, and it just says cancer. Apparently, he was a very heavy smoker.
They were back then.
Yeah, especially that generation, even back in like the 50s when he was acting. It was just like, smoking's good for you, see? You'll love the taste of Winston's.
Yeah.
Like, the taste of death.
Easy there.
Well, it's the truth.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying
so anyway, as you watch the film, more and more deaths occur. They kill the dog. These roaches keep invading territories of the town and killing people.
Can we talk about the dog scene for a minute?
Sure.
So So daughter is left home for 4 years, went to the big city and became a journalist. I don't know why they set that up because it doesn't lead anywhere.
No,
like,
the only thing that
editor,
it leads is that she's outgrown the town.
Oh, my editor in New York says, why is it an editor? Couldn't it just been like my boss? Because what the fuck? Because when she says editor, I'm like, okay, she's a journalist. This means something. It doesn't.
No.
There's no backstory. There's no arc. The only arc is like, oh, I loved you, and now I still do. Shut up. But so she leaves. She has the awkward reunion with her father. Then decides to go on a fanny pack hike in an outfit so 80s it hurt me. I was like, if you didn't tell me this was the 80s, I said, oh no, 1988. Yeah, definitely. That's the year. That's the hair. That's the pants. That's the shoes. Okay. She wanders by in the middle of nowhere, a random
abandoned.
Well, not abandoned. I eventually later on you piece it together in your head and go, okay, this is probably a trailer that belongs to the security guard. But all you know is she walks by a trailer with a dog chain in front of it and a sign that says Galaxy Hotel. I was like, all right. And she doesn't even look twice at it. It's like, la 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 la.
It's like, yeah, that was here when I was here 4 years ago.
And then she walks up to this fence, this shitty old rotten fence, and it says Intel Private Property. She says, since when? It's like, wait a minute. All right. First of all,
since you've left.
When you get back, you don't blink twice at the trailer in the middle of nowhere. But then you're like curious, like, and by the way, she has two expressions, and none of them show up until the third act. She comes to this fence and is like, oh, this fence is new. So why is this here? And I'm telling you right now, Insect, get it? Yeah. Intech, this company, they went for the lowest bidder on their security. Because either if these fences weren't there from the 1930s, somebody built a really shitty fucking fence.
Yeah, that's rotting in 4 years.
Say, all right, just find driftwood and we'll put some barbed wire around it and it'll stop people. What are those gaping holes? Just leave it. It's not a big deal. It'll keep in the cockroaches. I'm sure of it. And then when she leaves, the dog immediately is attacked by killer cockroaches. And out of everything in this film to criticize, I think the POV shots from the cockroach point of view have to be criticized because the camera's a foot in the air. That's not a PO anything. Somebody should have just taken 10 more minutes to figure out something else to do for that instead of it's just from the cockroach POV. So yeah, I'm willing to buy that a swarm of cockroaches is thick enough to the bend grass while it's moving. I'm okay with that, but don't cut to the point of view of the cockroaches and have the camera hovering over the grass. Not working for me.
No, I wasn't critiquing it for that. Just for the sheer shit that the movie is. I probably overlooked it because
I've seen worse though. Let's be fair.
Well, no, yeah, we've reviewed worse. So, as far as the special effects go, makeup and whatnot, not too bad. It's not great. You could tell that they blew their budget on a couple of scenes.
The cat roach and the dad roach, good practical special effects there.
Yeah, not too bad.
Not
too bad. I like the exterminator. If the town exterminator,
Homer.
Yeah, every scene that he was in, I enjoyed.
Homer.
I thought that he did pretty good.
He probably has the best character arc in the entire film because at the beginning he's like, I'm not an exterminator. And at the end he says, Homer something or other, exterminator. And he gives his full name, but in the credits they just call these are lazy credits, by the way, very lazy credits. He gives his full name in the end of the film, but they still only call him Homer in the credits.
Yeah, I never understood that. Other films do that too. Sometimes when you don't get the full name, at least through halfway through the film, you don't get. I've seen them do that where they don't put the full name in the credits, and it's probably a weird thing of, yeah, he's known as Homer the entire film, so saying his last name is whatever is irrelevant, so he's just going to be Homer in the credits. And I agree with you. His full name should just be in the credits if it's been said in the movie.
And Holly's half watching because she really has. If one of the few like phobias she has is cockroaches.
Oh, really?
And yeah, she was fighting her gag reflex through half of this film.
Oh, hey now.
And honestly, she was doing okay with the cockroaches, but then the scene where the girl drops the pancakes on the dirty carpet and picks them up, that she left at that point. So like, I'm done. It's like, I can't take. What's that on her feet? Syrup.
Well, she didn't like the cockroach smoothie that they did either.
She was gone by that point.
Well, was that right? That's right. That was after that scene.
All right. And bear with me a second. I have to let the stupid cat out of the room. I apologize. Keep going with the plot. I can hear you.
Why is the cat in the room?
Because it scratches to get in the room and then it scratches to get out. Don't.
Hey, I'm just saying. It's just you deal with it every week. Yeah,
I understand. I'm the one dealing with it. I understand. You don't have to. Yeah,
I'm just busting your chops.
Don't tell me it's fucking stupid. That's not the point.
I never said that. I just said you're the only one that's dealing with it.
I said we know.
Anyway, so as the plot progresses, there's this woman. I don't remember her name, but she's one of the scientists that's in town, and she's all fascinated by the cockroaches. And then you later learn that she's mainly responsible, or at least she works for the people that are mainly responsible. And you then find out that the mayor made some sort of weird fucking deal with Intact that if they used their island to do all these tests and basically use the island as a guinea pig, because what ended up happening was they wanted to kill or at least destroy most of the cockroach population by creating these hybrid cockroaches to kill other cockroaches, and just to destroy the race of cockroaches. And of course something goes wrong. I remember when we did a Strangers in a Strange Land episode last year. We did a show last year, or maybe the year before. I opened the show with a video of them talking about genetically modifying mosquitoes to kill the mosquito population. And they said that what would happen is these mosquitoes would mate with other mosquitoes, and then they wouldn't reproduce or some shit.
They would eat the other mosquitoes and then die out.
Was it eating, or was it
eating? Yes, they specifically said these not mosquitoes, cockroaches. These cockroaches, they said, the whole idea was they make cockroaches that would eat the other cockroaches and then die out.
Well, that's the plot of the film.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about a video that I played for our Strangers in a Strange Land video, where scientists genetically modified mosquitoes to kill off its own race, or are trying to. It just immediately had me flash back to that. It's just like,
yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. It didn't work. It didn't work in the Mimic either. So,
right.
I'm right, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the plot to Mimic.
Yeah.
There was the plague killing all the kids because of the rats. Said, oh, let's make cockroaches to kill the rats.
Exactly.
Yeah, that didn't work.
No, it didn't work.
No.
God damn it.
All right, and I just have to correct myself because I finally found a decent article about this author by the guy who wrote or co-wrote the book Paperbacks from Hell, which which is all about like shitty horror books, paperbacks from the 70s and 80s. And Eli Cantor is the man's original name, and he's actually like a fucking Renaissance man. The guy's like did everything, and amongst everything he did, he also wrote The Nest.
Jesus.
So Gregory A. Douglas was one of his pen names. So
was he forced to write The Nest?
No, I guess he's like a musician and shit.
Is he still alive?
I don't. He could be. He was alive in 2006 when this article was written.
Think of it this way: if he was 30 years old when he wrote The Nest in '88,
funeral services were private. He's dead.
Does it say when he died?
Probably 2006 when this article was written.
Oh, okay.
All right, but so I'm having trouble finding out. Yeah, I'm having so basically I'm having trouble finding out other books he might have written because he used pen names.
Isn't that really a hard way to get famous?
It's not about getting famous. People just do that for fun or just to make money. It's very common, Joey.
Is it
Very
really?
common. Yes,
Okay.
it's very common. But so this article says one of Cantor's science fiction novels, The Nest, which he wrote under the pen name Gregory A. Douglas, and I can't find any other science fiction books written under that name. So he probably wrote under numerous pseudonyms. So I got to find a specialized page to track down his books. But I'm obsessed now with proving that The Wasps is another one of his books.
Well,
God
I'll tell you what.
damn
If you find out, bring it to the show. We'll talk about
I
it.
will. But anyway, I cut you off.
Yeah, what was I talking about?
Mosquitoes.
Oh, well, I was just saying that this film brought me right back to that video of scientists trying to... Because we have a real fucking mosquito problem in this country. And other parts of the country are worse than others. But I actually have to have my yard sprayed. I have to actually spend real money. Like, real fucking money. And not like... What?
Why are we going off on like mosquitoes in your neighborhood?
Well, I'm just saying, this film reminded me of that story of a scientist trying to genetically modify mosquitoes.
Right, and you said that, but we're still going about mosquitoes now. Shouldn't we backtrack to the movie?
You know, and I was just about like 5 seconds from done, but you've just extended it. All I was going to say is that I'm spending real money to have my yard sprayed. Back to the movie review, and now we're like a minute in more than we have to be.
So back to the movie review.
Back to the movie review. This isn't a very long film either. It's 90 minutes, 88 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, you know, and this is the
Short.
time period, late 80s. All horror films are 90 minutes. It's just fucking.
Thank God.
That's it.
Thank God. I don't know when the horror film ever needed to be more than 90 minutes. I mean, you get like Kubrick's The Shining, where it's like 2.5 hours, but that's a different kind of film. You know, it's based on a massive novel too, so it probably needed to be that long. But horror films, yeah, don't make them more than an hour and a half. It's the perfect like runtime capsule for a movie, 90 minutes. There's a couple of movies that I could have challenged you to that were like almost 2 hours. I'm like, there's no way I'm doing a 2-hour movie. I'm just not in the fucking mood. Not in the mood. So it didn't happen.
So these genetically engineered cockroaches are slowly overtaking the island.
Yes. Well, slowly? No, probably not slowly. It's happening very fast.
Slowly at first, but momentum picks up. And this is the same kind of plot that you get from any of these insect movies like slugs or squirm or frogs or any of these films about
even Slither.
Even
a good movie like Slither.
Slither's not insects.
Slow and then it
But that's an alien invasion. That's not the same thing. Let's not mix genres.
I'm not mixing genres. I'm just talking about how it's slow.
So much are mixing genres.
It progresses slow and then it gets fucking fast.
What we're talking about insect and frog movies. So
dear Christ, I'm talking about plot movement. It's fine. 6 and 1, half dozen.
We were talking about plot movement, but plot movement specifically in the genre of swarms of insects.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Don't give me that look.
I'm not even looking at you.
Well, your video like buffered out and paused, and you looked super high. Like your eyes were just like.
I'm on my last gym. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
I'm just saying it. Listen, you could pause a child the right way, and it'll look high.
Now, I mean, so the sheriff finds the dog skinned and like eaten, and he's like, "Oh, it's covered with."
It's on the screen again.
Yeah,
it's like, just all bones and blood.
That's unusual. I wonder what did that. What are these black things all over it? And then later, the hot teenage girl with the headphones and roller skates is like, "Oh, something ate all the meat at the grocery store." It's like, "Oh, there's all these little black things over there. What's that?" And then he gets Homer, the world's best exterminator, who tastes them and says, "Oh yeah, it's cockroach droppings." And I love Homer. Homer's my. Honestly, when I challenged this film to you, the only thing I remembered about this film that I loved was that there's a scene later on when Homer's freaking out, and they must have cut something because they go from like, oh, there's some insect problems to Homer in his house freaking out, saying, oh, it's what is it? It's party night, and I'm making the cocktails. He's like freaking out, and he's like mixing up a batch of exterminator juice, and he drops flammable stuff on the floor, and he walks out to look out. He goes out to the door, and he throws a cigarette on the ground, and then he looks back and goes, oh. Because it hits like the flammable stuff he dropped, and he dives out before it explodes. And then later he bumps into the sheriff and goes, he's like, the cockroaches, they killed Jake. They blew up my house. And I just love that right at that point he's blaming the cockroaches for that.
They blew up his house.
I read that he ad-libbed a lot of his lines. That must have been ad-libbed because that was fucking great.
They blew up my house. Yeah, sure. I would have did the same thing. It's like I wouldn't want to admit that I blew up my own house.
Yeah. Well, so while the sheriff's chasing around these dead animal and complaints and stuff, the mayor, his old girlfriend's father,
right,
is in the lighthouse with a crazy mad scientist chick experimenting on the cockroaches, and she's just one spooky chick.
Yeah. I thought it was Linda. What's her face? I thought it was Wonder Woman for a split second.
It's the hair. It's the 80s hair.
Even her face looked very. It's not Linda. What the hell's her name?
I know you're talking about the one with the weird eyes.
Yeah, it's Linda something, and I just can't remember it.
Actually, every other scene, I was like, was she in V? I swear she was in V. It's that era.
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter. Well, that's not the chick with the eyes, though. I'm thinking of the.
You talking about the love interest, or are you talking about the scientist?
Scientist. I'm comparing her hair to the chick with the eyes. From They Live.
Oh, Meg Foster.
Yeah. I think she got the Meg Foster hair from that time period too. Every horror film in that time period, if they have like a bad female character, she had. The chick in Hellraiser had the same fucking hair. I swear.
Yeah.
That's
similar.
80s. Yeah, that's 80s horror film evil chick hair. It's like, all right, let's big, almost like a cobra. It's like it's ready to strike.
Cobra.
Yeah. And ironically, when his love interest shows up, Holly, the first 3 or 4 times she goes on screen, what the fuck's wrong with her hair? It's like, it's the 80s. Calm down. It's like, what's with the hair? It's like, let's not get carried away.
It's the 80s.
Look at her clothing. See, that's a horrible 80s clothing. Yeah, but her hair.
88.
All right. But so he's with Spooky Chick in the lighthouse doing experiments, and the one thing I can't get over is that, so just to show how spooky she is, they have the scene where she has her hand in like a glove in an airtight box with the cockroaches, right. And she's like, they're biting my hand.
Yeah, they start attacking her hand.
And the mayor's like,
she's digging it.
And she's like, yeah, mayor's like, pull your hand out. And she's like looking at it, say, pull your hand out. So he pulls her hand out and it's covered in blood. So later she's wrapping it up in bandages and stuff, but it's still covered in blood. Later on, they're at his house and she's walking around touching books on the wall and shit. And there's still, wash your fucking hand.
It's still blood all over it.
Wash your hand. It's covered in blood. And it shouldn't even look red anymore. It's been hours.
Yeah, it should be like a brownish burgundy color.
Yeah, it should look like chocolate milk. Just clean your fucking hand. She reaches down, she even reaches down and like touches the daughter, and then she goes and like picks up the picture of her mother. It's like, dude, with your other fucking hand, come on.
It would have been great if he like handed her a drink and then just squeezed lemon juice all over her hand. That would have been way more painful.
And I get that they did it on purpose. It's obvious. I know it. I know why they did it, but it's still just like, just wash your fucking. There's a bathroom, as we know later during the cockroach attack sequence. There's a bathroom right there.
Yeah, yes, there is.
Wash your fucking hand.
Well, she gets what's coming to her later.
Right. Now, the first human victim is Shaky Jake.
The waitress's father.
Waitress's father. And my, I really hope this was intentional, because apparently his last name is Jaeger, because he's at Jaeger's Junction. So, Night Shot it's like Jaeger's junkyard, and then we hear him yell, and there's a shotgun blast, and like a bullet goes through the curtain,
Right.
And immediately I'm like, Jaeger shots. Jaeger shots. Tell me they didn't plan that. Jaeger shots. They had Jaeger shots in the 80s. This isn't a new thing.
No.
Yeah. I was like, fucking Jaeger shots. This is brilliant.
It's probably, I didn't even notice.
You didn't notice that?
I didn't notice it.
Dude, I was like, Jaeger and then a shotgun blast. How do you not put those two together? So the Jägermeister bites it.
Jägermeister.
Because they kill a dog, then they kill a mouse, and then they kill a cat. And at that point, we're done killing animals. But at this point, anybody who's a member of PETA has left the room.
Yeah.
There's no happy campers on the animal front here.
I mean, they killed a few real cockroaches during this film, and I can't imagine PETA would have a problem with that. But you never know.
Because I had this former friend who's a piece of shit racist asshole.
Oh, jeez.
Who refused to see Willard because he was the trailers that they showed that like, a cat gets attacked by the rats.
Right.
I was like, dude, it's a horror film. Calm your fucking jets. Well, go fucking, I don't know, put on a hood or something. Shut up, asshole. But so yeah, animal rights people are crazy. I know somebody else who couldn't go see Lake Placid because their girlfriend, who was a
vegan,
or animal activist, whatever. I don't know, vegan or so, was like, oh, we can't go because the alligator eats a cow.
Great, good.
And I'm like, did you tell her it's not a real cow?
It's a fucking it's not even a good CGI cow.
No, it's not. It's like, can you tell her it's not a real alligator and it's not a real cow and it's make believe and we can go fucking watch the film? No, I ended up going to see it with somebody else.
Oh,
so
great.
I know for a fact any people like that, The Nest, you're not making it through the first half hour. It's just the way it is.
Too many animals.
And Cat Roach doesn't come up until the third act anyway. So
yeah, that was a little creepy. That's fucking weird. Cat Roach. and the cover of the box, or one of the covers, not the one with the chick with the cockroach on her, the other one with the face with the big eyeball. That's a major scene in the movie.
It is, but it's not like it is, but
it's not the most promotional box or poster art they used,
and it's not the last scene of the movie.
It's not. No, it is not. But the fact that they even bothered to put it on the box, if you really look at it, you know exactly who it is, and it's just like, oh, okay, thanks. Fucking spoiler alert. Now it's a horror film, so
right,
no one's gonna be heartbroken. But
so while the sheriff's running around checking out missing dogs and missing meat, and the mayor is playing, is like doing cockroachy things with a crazy scientist. The mayor's daughter is in the basement of her house digging through old crates and finding mementos. Mm-hmm. I had to do it. She finds a newspaper with the headline about her, like, the mayor's wife overdoses.
Right.
And I had paused it.
Accidental
lower left hand
overdose.
Yeah. And I was like, gee, I guess that wasn't a suicide. We'll find out in 15 minutes. I had to pause it. It's like lower left hand corner. Water rates go up in South City. No. I have to. But then my attention was drawn away from that when she finds the Intech dot matrix map printout. It doesn't get more 80s than the dot matrix paper with the holes.
The pin
holes
feed
on the side. And then and the first thing I think when she opens it up is there's no fucking way in the world a 1980s dot matrix printer printed that fucking map. No way. Because first of all, I can see the map perfectly. So I know that wasn't printed on a dot matrix printer.
Yeah, no, it's
no.
I've printed pictures on a dot matrix. There's no You're right. There's no fucking way.
No.
I was fixing dot matrix printers up until about 8 years ago. We had a few left in my network. It was just like, why am I still fixing this fucking thing?
Mm-hmm.
It's like this thing is easily 15 or 20 years old. Give me a break.
So after she finds that shit, she gets all nostalgic and decides, oh, I'll go to the old abandoned mine where we used to hang out as kids and play Monopoly. What the fuck is that about, first of all? And again, Intech has another shitty fucking fence put up. I have to assume Intech did this fence because otherwise, I don't know. You'd think if they didn't, you would think when Intech came in, they would put up new fences.
You would think, but
so either they had the lowest bid on security, or they had somebody's friend do security. Like, yeah, I'll park my camper out there. I got a dog, no problem. Don't worry about it.
And would you trust them to genetically modify roaches at that point if they're cutting corners on the fencing and the security?
No wonder the cockroaches fucking got away. Is that your containment? And they fly the doctor in. Why isn't she there doing the fucking experiments? We had to fly her in? Who's handling this shit? Well, we left it in charge of Skippy in the fucking camper. I don't even know if they found that body. No one... Yeah, the dog's there. Where the fuck's the guy that lived there? No one ever mentions that.
No.
Although, when they load up Shaky Jake's body, I swear there are two bodies in the back of that guy's pickup truck.
You know what's interesting about that?
You noticed that too?
Yeah, and the reason I noticed it is because you said the same thing in Slugs.
Did I?
Yeah, there was a part in Slugs where you said, I could swear there's two bodies in the back of that vehicle.
Be honest, I say that about every pickup truck.
Oh, is that right?
So, yeah. I was driving with me in Texas is not fun. I swear to Christ, there were two bodies. Just shut up and get to the exit. Left over here,
Left,
Scott.
Please.
Yeah.
But no, it brought me right back to the Slugs review. I'm like, yeah, Scott said the same thing in that episode too.
No, but you go back and look. There's two. They're putting a second body in the back of that fucking pickup truck.
Yeah.
Something. They cut something short on that, but
the fact that this movie could have been longer or there was extra footage, kind of, I believe it, but I don't want to.
I got to get this book. I think Amazon has it in Kindle.
But how much? Oh, in Kindle. Okay.
Yeah. I'll find it in a second. I just had it up.
When was the book written? How old is the book?
Oh, hold on. I have the website.
70s?
Hold on. 1980.
Isn't that the same year Slugs was written?
No. I don't know. I don't have.
Jesus Christ! I think the parallels for these two movies is a lot closer than we're giving it credit for.
All right, dude. The paperback market was flooded with shitty horror novels.
And they made movies.
But that's why. That's
5
why.
years apart.
But that's why, because these books are flooded out there, and so the properties. Instead of you buy the property, and what's cheaper to buy than a book written under a pseudonym that hit the grocery stores for 2 weeks, and it's out of print. So good, we'll buy the rights off of you. It's a perfect breeding ground for these low budget horror films to go in and say, hey, let's buy this property, because we can say based on the novel buying, it gives it respectability.
Right.
They do that shit today, except they do it with real books.
Yeah, real books.
Well, and I apologize for saying that, but it's true.
Let me see.
That's right.
Can I find this online super quick?
What?
The Nest. Oh, wow.
Here it is. No, it's not available on Kindle.
Yeah, because I just looked. It is definitely not.
Actually, and it looks like the paperback is worth some money.
Oh, great.
Like the lowest price is like $22.
Really?
Yeah, shit.
Just because it's out of print.
Oh, I want it even more now.
Oh, I wonder.
I really want this fucking book now.
I wonder if this book. Hold on a second.
What? Oh, in your library?
Maybe. It's got
dude.
77 buildings.
Dude.
But here's the thing. It's probably a 28-day loan and I probably could get 2 renewals on that. So it's basically you could have it for 3 months.
Mail it to me and I'll mail it back, dude. I got to read this fucking thing.
Let me look.
Need it.
The Nest by... Oh, there's a few books called The Nest.
Yeah, you want the author, the actual author. His name is Gregory Douglas. That's what Gregory A. Douglas is the pen name it's under.
Oh, so it's not under Eli. Okay.
No. I got that mixed up. That's his real name. His pen name is Gregory A. Douglas.
There's multiple pages for it. All right. So if I do a search for The Nest and Douglas,
that might be closer. So anyway, while she's going on her nostalgic trip through the boarded up mine, she finds out that it's actually a testicle mine.
Testicle?
Yeah, there's the testicles hanging from the ceiling.
Oh.
Yeah. She put.
You know what? Yeah, that's immediately what I thought of when I saw that. I'm like, these look like giant balls. First,
she finds a case with dynamite and a timer, and her expression doesn't fucking change. It's literally, oh, all right, crate full of dynamite and a high-tech timer. Okay, let's see what else is in the. She had the same expression on her face when she found that as she did when she found the Monopoly box.
Oh, yeah. I have a few pictures of her through the slideshow, and they're all they're all the same expression.
Exactly, except for the last 5 scenes maybe. And then it also, funnily, during that scene, there's one shot where she shines a flashlight, and it cuts to a shot of the flashlight going over like a Dayglow graffiti that has like his name and her name and a heart.
Right.
And it's written on fucking garbage bags.
Oh.
It is. Because Holly looked up. She's like, what is that written on? Coal? And then they cut back to her in the cave. She's like, there's no fucking way that was written on that wall. I says, obviously they can't write on the wall. They're renting the cave. They can't write on it. But it's like so blatantly not that cave. But no, so she finds the dynamite and goes, oh, that's okay. I'll wander in further. And then she finds the what do you call it? Ball sack caverns.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 scrotums hanging from the ceiling. She's like, oh. And then cockroaches come after her, so she climbs through a hole in the ceiling. Because going back the way you came and getting out the big hole is harder, I guess. I don't know. And that comes back later, because those 3 scrotums are actually the nest. That's the best they could do for the nest was cave scrotums.
Cave scrotums. I am unfortunately not finding that book in my library system.
Look later. I'm gonna. No, this is gonna end up.
It ain't there.
This isn't in my wish list. I need this fucking book now. God, yeah, I'm adding this to my collection of shitty paperbacks that movies are made out of. I fucking need it now.
I can do a deeper search at work, but I could do a search specifically by author and see what comes up.
What I need to do is I need to find there are some books that are listed under Eli Cantor that might be the same guy that he wrote, but obviously he wrote other stuff under pseudonyms, and I got to find out if that Wasp book was actually, because there's actually a book called The Wasps by Aristophanes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's the same thing. It didn't look like that from the cover of the book and the movie, but I need to know.
There's her 80s outfit. Jesus.
Oh, gee. Oh.
With the fucking shirt tucked into the pants and the waistband, the belt and the sleeves rolled up almost to her armpit.
Holly says hello.
Hi.
What? Did you put hair on your top? I did not. I do tomorrow. I told him that you were gagging all throughout the first half of that film. Shut the fucking cat back in. God damn it.
Well, we're ending soon anyway.
Yeah, well, so after the cave thing, the sheriff takes him back to the mayor. The mayor's like, don't do anything about this, sheriff. He's like, fuck you, I quit. But not as cool. He
hands him his badge.
Yeah, instead of he does it in a really like passive-aggressive way, which is weird. It's like, dude, this is your hero. And when he takes the mayor's daughter back to his place, she asks for a shirt. I love it. He's like smelling shirts. She's like, why is he smelling? It's like, well, you know why. But then she's like, why does he have a pink shirt? It's like, sweetie, it's the 80s. A lot of guys had pink shirts. It's not his fault. Don't blame the sheriff. It's okay. And then things kind of snowball from there. Cockroaches attack everybody. They have this weird 3-way. What? They're on my butler.
3-way.
Anyway, why does she need my car keys? What the fuck?
She's gonna go get your tire filled up for you.
No, that's crazy talk. It's been raining for 4 days, 5 days straight down here in Texas. Weirdest fucking weather. So
Wow.
I'm not filling my tires with air in the fucking rain. I'm sorry. And I'm out of gin. God damn it. But what was I saying?
He quit. The sheriff quit, handed him his badge.
No, but I was backtracking. Pink shirt.
Three-way.
Oh, three. There's this weird lovers triangle between the waitress that again, swinging dick sheriff. What was his name? Tarbell. Yeah, great. I need more Tarbell. So he's banging the waitress.
I've got a
and then
fever.
his old flame comes back to town, who's the mayor's daughter.
Right.
And there's like that one scene where he's like, "I don't know why you left." She's like, "I just left."
Because California's better.
Because California. No, New York City. She went to New York City. No, she said New York City. New York City.
Yeah? Oh, you're right. Because then later on, does she talk about going to California?
I don't know. At that point, I'm not
something about like, oh, you're going to love it there. He goes, I just want to go where you are. And she's like, oh, yeah, there's palm trees and there's a real beach without rocks. And
you know, honestly, after she said my editor, I just tuned everything she fucking said out. Because she had no bearing on a reality of anything being talked about. So there's this weird lovers triangle between the diner chick and the mayor's daughter, and they play it up, but it's solved easily because the diner chick freezes to death in the diner freezer trying to escape the cockroaches.
That's right. She gets trapped in there.
Which is,
or
I don't know.
She traps herself in there, but yeah.
Yeah, to escape the cockroaches, but then she, freezes to death.
Yeah.
Which, see, it didn't seem like shit. It seemed awfully quick. I don't know.
When that happened, I was like, well, now he can fuck his sweetheart without feeling guilty.
Oh, she could also fuck the diner chick without feeling a little guilty because she's dead and cold.
Yeah, well, ugh.
I mean, we don't know him that much. But she also had her hand her frozen corpse had her hand tucked under her shirt. So that's another part where I'm like, did they cut something out or did they try to film something? They never got around to it because I feel like she was injured too.
Oh yeah.
The way she was sitting with the hand tucked under, because it was just one hand, the other one was out. It wasn't like she was huddled for warmth. It was like, oh yeah, I lost my fingers. Something weird like that.
It feels like there's an alternate cut of this movie somewhere.
I don't know about alternate cut. How about we couldn't film those scenes? Fuck it, just edit it together. That's more likely. But that diner sequence really reminded me of Gremlins.
Yeah, sure.
When the waitress is giving all the shit to the gremlins and a little bit of that, a little bit of the gremlin in the microwave scene, and a little bit of the scissors cutting down the gremlin. It really had that Gremlins feel to it. They were really ripping on the Gremlins on that part. With the La Cucaracha playing in the background, that's okay. You kind of you're stretching it. Pull it back a bit, please. Unless you're going to put some cartoon noises in here, we need to pull that back.
Oh, yeah. Here's the scene where he meets her at the airport, or whatever that's called, the town airport. And she just comes in the town, and she just has this look where it's just like, duh?
And she maintains that look for a good 30 to 45 minutes.
Duh?
Yeah. Well, there's that part later with the sheriff.
Look like she could edit shit.
After Sheriff, Homer the Exterminator, and the spooky chick defeat the cat roach, there's a scene where the spooky chick is weirdly patching up his scratches, and he says, "A look on your face. You have the same look before as when it attacked me. If I was dying, you'd probably have that same look." I'm like, dude, have you met your girlfriend? She's got less of a fucking range.
Much less. Yeah.
If the film had been more Homer and the sheriff, I'd be behind it.
Yeah, well, you know what? Some of the best scenes are with them, specifically when they're driving to the cave.
Yeah!
And Homer is talking about the Queen, and he goes, "You see, the Queen, she sends a signal out," and there's classical music playing in the background. And then when he gets to the crescendo of that scene where he's talking about... Where he's talking about that scene where he's talking about the Queen and sends out a signal and they all come back. The sheriff just shoots the radio
without looking at it.
Without looking at it.
Bam.
And it just kills the music, and it's just like, it's just one of those fuck moments.
Very good scene. Very good scene.
It's probably the best scene in the movie.
And like Homer, like I even like because Homer is like babbling about like the mind hive, and even humans have it. And like he turns like, I'm not making this shit up. This is like Jung's basic philosophy. It's like, I'm digging Homer. Yeah. Now, as far as exterminators in films go, I mean, off the top of my head, I'm watching this, I'm like thinking, okay, Arachnophobia.
John Goodman,
you get,
sure.
John Goodman, yeah. Pacific Heights. The guy's like, oh, I can't handle this.
The Michael Keaton. He let loose all the bugs into the tenants upstairs. What was I forget the name of the company that he was supposed to represent, but they ended up suing Terminex, I think. They ended up suing him. Oh.
I was like, yeah, you paid to use our license. You made us look like fucking idiots. No, that's not how we operate. and even then, I'm flashing back to the Dale Gribble from King of the Hill.
Oh, right.
They're like, has an exterminator ever been like filmed in a positive light? Oh, let's not forget the exterminator from Night Shift, played by Brad Bird.
Yeah.
He was kind of cool, but they got rid of him way too early in that film.
Yeah.
I think I might have stopped watching at that point. I was like, what the fuck? This is the only thing I've liked about this film so far, and he killed it. Spoiler alert. Huh?
Huh?
Yeah, anyway, yeah.
Anyway.
But so the mayor makes a deal that with the Intex that, yeah, you're going to spray the place with this insecticide, but don't spray it if you see the lighthouse. Then Spooky Chick finds out that, yeah, if you kill the insects with this insecticide that kills humans, the eggs hatch. They have eggs and they hatch and then they're immune, so you can't spray. But I guess if they kill the queen, it kills off the roaches. Yeah. They don't really explain that part. I mean,
no, but it's the age old, kill the queen, kill the nest kind of thing. They've done it about 100 times in movies.
But they don't really say it'll kill the insects. Just that, like, we should kill the queen, to stop like them breeding. But they're still on an island full of man-eating cockroaches.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they can get airlifted.
Yeah. Shit.
There's the one thing I have a problem with. Now, in order to have Dad Roach appear at the end, the big special effect at the end.
Yeah.
Because they find out with cat roach that the roaches, once they eat an animal, they can build a nest around it and then take the form of that animal as a new type of cockroach. Makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
It's a host mentality.
It makes less sense than the fucking dog alien in Aliens 3.
Well.
That bullshit. I've had people try to explain that to me. So no, what happens? And no, you can't. No. They lay eggs in you and they hatch. That doesn't evolve. No. Same thing with this. Doesn't make any fucking sense. But we got a cool cat roach and dad roach out of it, so I'm not going to complain too much.
And that's probably, for Alien 3, that's probably David Fincher just overthinking it.
That's probably David Fincher just like, fuck this shit. Just throw those in there.
Wasn't that his first movie?
I don't know.
I want to say it was, and I just want to think that he was just trying too hard.
You looked that. I'm not looked at.
I am. I'm going to look it up.
I not looked at. You looked at.
What's he making nowadays? He hasn't made anything in a while.
I don't even want to know. So in order to get to Dad Roach, they have the scene where the roaches are attacking them in the house, and so they hunker deeper in the house instead of like leaving the house, where you're not trapped. But they stay in there, and they're using fire extinguishers and lighting fires and moving shit. And there's all these roaches in the bathroom. It's like right out of Creep Show. And they can't shut the door because the rug is shutting the door. And every time they try to move the rug, they fuck it up. And so he sacrifices himself by kicking the rug out from under the door, which is my first instinct. Like the minute they show the rug in the door, I'm like, yeah, kick it out. Open the door and kick it out. And they 5 minutes, he's like pushing his hand under and trying to like, dude, kick the fucking. I've done this at home. Kick the fucking rug out. So eventually he's like, save yourself. He kicks the rug out, then dives into the bathroom and shuts the doors. Like there's no fucking reason for that whatsoever. It took more effort to do that than it would have to kick the rug and shut the fucking door. This is all. And having seen the film before and knowing that there's a Dad Roach coming, okay, that's why they did it. But it makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, no, zero.
At all.
Yes, Alien 3 was Fincher's first film.
Okay, all right.
Which then followed up by 7.
But you know what, too? Aliens 3 is a studio film.
Oh, yeah.
It's a franchise, it's a studio film.
I'm sure
I mean,
he did not have a lot of say in that.
they changed so much shit with that too, because there was talk about them doing like the Aliens comic book where they went to Earth, and it's like, oh, we can't do the budget, and this and that, and then they kept changing like how the prison was going to be. There's a whole bunch of that movie changed so much from concept to what it filmed. I guarantee you, there's a certain point Fincher's like, all right, you know what, you can have your fucking dog. I don't have to film it anyway because it's a fucking CGI effect. Just do it. I'm doing this shit. I don't blame him for that.
No, because from that point on, he's pretty much made very good movies. I mean, he did Seven, which was fucking brilliant.
Yes.
Then he goes on to do The Game with Kirk Douglas, which was okay.
I like it.
Yeah, no, it was fine. I mean, you do Seven, and then your follow up is The Game.
Flawed logic at the end, but a decent film.
Yeah, and then he goes on and he does Fight Club, probably the best thing he's ever done.
Amazing, yeah.
I think without looking at the rest of his films, I'm sure that's the best thing he's ever done.
I didn't care for Zodiac.
Zodiac was okay.
And
he did Panic Room after Fight Club.
The ending pissed me off of that film.
I did Panic Room after Fight Club.
Yeah, don't make me care about a character and then fuck him at the end. I'm sorry. Not in that kind of film.
Yeah, then Zodiac.
Eh.
Then the Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Still haven't seen it.
It was good.
Honestly,
Oscars just went apeshit with it. It didn't get Best Picture, but it was nominated.
Zodiac. All I could think to the whole film was, okay, so you're trying to get a Best Costume Design Oscar, and you're trying to sell a soundtrack. Fuck you. I couldn't get past that. I'm sorry. It's not a bad film. Couldn't get into it. Plus, I've been a Zodiac fan ever since the original guy, so I'm a little picky.
Then he did The Social Network again. Oscars,
never seen it.
Very good.
No interest whatsoever in seeing a film about
Oscars all over
fucking
that.
Facebook. Yeah, I don't care.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, give a shit. I'm not gonna watch it.
I'm not telling you that I think it's gonna make you watch it.
I can't even think of his name.
Eisenberg? Jesse Eisenberg?
No. The guy who created Facebook.
Oh, it's another Berg, isn't it?
The guy to fill again. Don't give a shit. I could care less.
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which I still haven't seen. So the original.
Decent remake of a foreign film based on a novel, and I actually prefer. There's a shot in the ending of both films. I prefer the American version to the foreign version.
Really? Okay.
I mean, it's been long enough. I'm gonna tell you real quick. At the end, after I forget her name, the girl with the dragon tattoo, when she saves the reporter.
Right.
In the Norwegian version, and I don't know, I never finished reading the book, so I don't know which one's more true to the novel. But in the Norwegian version, she saves him, then she chases down the guy, the serial killer guy, and kills him. And then when she comes back, she gets this long lecture from the reporter about how that was wrong and she shouldn't have done that. In the American version, she saves him, and then she says, "Can I kill him now?" And he says, "Yeah." And she goes, I'm like, "Thank you. What the fuck? Why are we arguing about this?"
And I'm
why is this a debate?
I'm sure Fincher was like, yeah, that's how that scene should go.
I don't know which one's truer to the novel, so I keep putting off checking, but
okay.
But I mean, I thought they were both decent adaptations of a book I've only read partially. Let me put it that way.
And then in 2014, which is the last film he's done, is Gone Girl, which I actually enjoyed quite a bit.
It was a good film. Yeah. It was decent. I've never read the book, but
although it says he's announced to direct the World War Z sequel.
Oh. Well, World War Z wasn't bad.
No.
It wasn't bad. It was just, okay, at this point, it's another zombie film, and let's see what we can do with CGI. And
infection film, really, isn't it?
I'm not getting into the argument right now. I really can't. I mean, technically in Dawn of the Dead, it was an infection because you could still catch it from a zombie and it would kill you and turn you into a zombie. So even the zombies could infect you. So technically, zombification was an infection.
Yeah, true.
So yeah. So now, no, I can't do it.
No, let's not get into it.
No, I can't get into that. I can't. But let me put it this way: in my Plex, I put 28 Days Later.
Right.
It's in the zombie section. I can't just put it there. We'll debate it later. But I know I'm going to look for it in the zombie section. Fine.
Yeah, even
That's all I
though
got.
at heart it is truly an infection film.
It's like you're splitting hairs at that point. Just fucking move on. You know?
Right. Should we go
not
in?
you. I mean, that's roughly it with the nest. Let me see if I took notes. I've got notes. I just got to make sure. I couldn't find my fucking book. I don't know what I did with it. So I had to take notes in like an old notebook. I need to know who Millie was. Also, fucking 80s ballad at the end. Did you catch it?
After the explosion?
No, in the credits.
Oh, during the credits? No, I didn't watch the credits.
Fucking, I knew it. I was like, all right, this movie is so fucking 80s. It's got to have an 80s ballad based on the film at the end. Like every fucking, like Lethal Weapon, like Karate Kid, like every fucking 80s film ever made. And it does. The film is called You Bug Me.
Oh, God.
But there's no credit for the music at the end of the fucking film because the credits are so fucking cheap and lazy. Also, I want to point out that according to IMDb, the bugs were found on the street, the cockroaches, and there's no roach wrangler listed in the credits. So it sounds like they didn't have an official cockroach wrangler. They just literally found roaches and used them.
Ew. It's fucking disgusting.
So they don't have a roach wrangler listed in the credits, but they do have under special thanks to first line, Fumapest.
Oh, for when shit got out of hand?
And
when they find all these stray roaches?
Well, also according to IMDb, that the studio where they shot had roach problems for years after because of this fucking film.
Of course they did.
Yeah. But that's something else I didn't get a chance to check up online to see if I could find the band that sung You Bug Me. Because they're not listed in the credits. And I was like, I need to know who fucking did this.
All right. So are we done saying our piece about this movie?
There's a 1957 song called You Bug Me Baby, but this isn't it. I think we said our piece, but I just need to know what band did this fucking. Oh, maybe it was that band from The Borrower. What was that song? What was the name of the song?
It was Oedipus My Wheels.
Oedipus My Wheels.
Oedipus My Wheels. Oedipus My Wheels. Oedipus My Wheels.
Shit. Later, bitches? I don't know.
Later, bitches.
The name of
so the film currently sits on IMDb at a 5.3. Do you want to do the demos?
Do what?
The demographic.
Oh, IMDb. I'm not even on IMDb. Hang on. I got sidetracked.
I mean, I do it, but you do it better.
Of course I fucking do.
Excuse me. I was just being nice. Because it's your fucking thing. Kind of like the top 10 was my thing, which, we had to get rid of.
Because we spent an hour and a fucking half on it. We can't be trusted with the top 10. We've proven that time and time again. We cannot be trusted. I had countless times my wife would come home yelling at me.
Yeah, we just be starting to review The Nest right now.
I have a 45-minute commute, and 45 minutes into the show, you still haven't talked about the fucking movie. What's going on with you two? Stop talking about the goddamn top 10 list. It's like, I'm sorry. All right, I know. Okay, it's got a 5.3 on IMDb.
Right.
What do you want to go with that? Want to go 5?
Is 5 too good for this movie?
No, I think it's a solid 5. I could point like dozens of horror films from the 80s that are far worse. This film, I feel, hovers just around, maybe a little bit lower than like Reanimator. And I'm going to get a lot of flack for that. But let's be fair. Reanimator is a low-budget, shitty horror film, but it's got some really good stuff in it.
Well, yeah.
And, I mean, Reanimator I would put at like a 6 or a 7 myself, but I think The Nest belongs around a 5. Now, what do we do for Slugs? Do we do 4?
Oh, shit.
I feel like we did a 4 for Slugs. No, did we do a 5?
Dude, do you have, are you logged into IMDb? Can you look?
I am, but I don't know if I can look. I don't know where to go for that.
We're just throwing reviews, scores out there. We don't know where to get them.
Well,
I think we did give Slugs a 5.
Dude, I'm 4 gins in. I can't find it right now on IMDb. It's too much of a fucking maze.
It's all good.
But
It's
I
all
honestly,
good, man.
I feel like a 5.
5 is, I'll go with a 5.
I feel like a 4 is too mean because again, I enjoyed some of this film. It's cheesy and shitty, but like all 80s horror
The
films were.
Squirting Cave was funny.
Hey, welcome to Testicle Caverns. On your left, yeah, I'm gonna go 5.
Testicles. All right, go 5.
All right, now how do I get to the demographics again? They fucking hit everything here.
Click on the how many people have reviewed it. That's a link.
It's not saying.
What do you mean it's not saying?
I just have. Oh, no, there's no link there. There's 1,500 people reviewed it, and there's no link.
You don't have a link underneath that?
No.
If you hover your cursor over that 1501, it
Nothing.
should be linkable.
I understand the concept.
Oh, all right.
Well, when I do
it used to work. Now it doesn't work.
Because they change the fucking site every 2 weeks.
It's never not worked for me. I'm in there.
Are you in there now? Is it working for you?
I can send you the link through Skype. Here.
Is it working for you?
Yes.
How am I not getting it?
I don't know.
Oh, your activity. Here, I can find out what I rated slugs. It's not in here. The fuck?
It's not in there.
You know, I think I'm under S, but shouldn't I be under Moviesucktastic? The fuck? I hate you, IMDb. I hate you with a passion. The last review I have in here is Quick Change. That is not right.
There. I just sent you the link.
I can't find it. I have like 8 screens here.
It's in Skype.
Yeah, but Skype changed.
If you go to the chat where you chatted with me earlier, if you go there, the link that's the link for the demo.
Yeah, they changed the whole demographics look too. This is just fucking pissing me off. 5 is the average rating.
Yep. That's the most votes too.
Under 18, 1 male. What? Hold on.
Just one dude.
No, but it says, what the fuck? It says under 18, 2 people rated it an average of 4.0, but 1 male rated it 7, and no females rated it. Where's the other fucking rating? All right, so one male under 18 gave it 7 stars.
It says right here, 200 people gave it a 4.
Yeah, I'm looking at the demographics.
No, I know, but it's 200 people gave it a 4, but it's showing... Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, never mind.
I'm not looking at those. I'm looking at the male-female demographics.
Got it.
Our age, well, all right, your age, males gave it 5.3. Females gave it 5.3 across the board. My age, since I'm 45 now, fucking that much closer to fucking death. Males gave it 4. People my age gave it 4.9. Females actually rated it higher at 5.5. What the fuck's that about?
Is it because of the sheriff and he's not wearing a shirt later?
Swinging dick sheriff? Yeah. You definitely got to give him him in his pink shirt. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sheriff Grimes.
But across the board, far more men have... 1,100 men have rated this film. 141 females have rated this film.
Wow.
And that's as it should be.
And IMDb staff? Do they have that?
I'm
looking. No, they don't. What?
They got rid of it.
So either no IMDb staff have reviewed it.
No. So I guarantee you then, 1 male, 7, because remember I said under 18, it gives 4 for 2 people. I guarantee you that other one's a IMDb staffer.
The under 18?
Yeah. the one they don't mention.
Can they hire people on IMDb under 18?
I don't know, but the one person rated it 7 and one person rated it 1.
There are no females under 18 that have even reviewed or watched this movie.
No, and thank God, because that's how it should be, really.
All right. My challenge to you.
My younger daughter is 19 now, and she's got to watch this fucking movie. I'm gonna force her to watch it. The only way she's gonna watch this is if Dead Meat covers it. So I gotta email that guy immediately.
I think he'll do it.
He might.
You can watch the whole movie on YouTube.
Can you?
Yeah, it's a shitty VHS, copy rip of it, but you can watch the whole movie on YouTube.
My copy's a shitty fucking copy. And the sound is off like 10 seconds.
I got the fucking Blu-ray.
What? How much? How big is that?
It's too big for this for my Plex. I didn't put it there. I put it in my random folder.
My copy is a 1080p, but it's one
all out of sync. I know. I got the same one, and I had to scrap it.
Yeah, it's 10 seconds out of sync. It's got subtitles.
It actually starts off in sync and gets worse through the movie.
It does, yeah.
It's really fucking bad.
I'm a trooper though. I suffered through that whole fucking thing.
You should have just watched it off my Plex.
It's got subtitles. I need to go back through it with the subtitles and see what those look like. I didn't know you had a better version on your Plex. Otherwise, I would have watched it.
I think the version that I have is like 4 gig. It's way more than the movie deserves.
All right, hang on, real quick. What is the runtime of your copy?
All right, let's see. Oh God, it's 4.36 gig. That is too fucking big.
I may need that copy.
It's an hour and 27 minutes, 39 seconds.
Mine is the same. Okay, I just want to make sure there wasn't 2 versions out there.
And yours is horribly out of sync, right?
Correct.
Yeah, because you know what I did? I got this copy, and then I got the copy that you got. I stripped the audio from this, and I put it on that one because it's the same exact runtime. Mm-hmm. There's something wrong with the frame rate and the video. That's why it's out of sync. So even though the runtimes match, it's still out of sync. That's why I had to go with this one.
Yeah,
it's the only one available that's in sync.
You may have to send that copy to me if the NZB is not available.
No, it is. The NZB is available.
Okay, I need to get that copy. This one's not doing it for me.
Okay, I'll send that to you.
So what are you gonna fucking throw at me after this?
Well, there was a few films that I had in mind. And the thing is, I was like, do I want to go mayor that runs the town? And there's just one movie that comes to mind. It's a terrible film. It's in my opening, the video opening that I did. And it's just mayor runs the town. Mayor's a piece of shit, runs the town, and here, how could I? It's not your challenge, so I mean, it's not your challenge. So I'll just come out and tell you, it's Roadhouse. And I was just like, do I want to go Roadhouse? So I'll give you what I was gonna the other thoughts that I had, and then your actual challenge, and then I'll tell you what, if you want to pick one of them instead of my actual challenge, feel free. So then my other thought was also small town, because I'm getting small town vibes for this. And I'm thinking, it's Halloween, it's October, and then I'm thinking, small town horror movie kind of deal, and I'm like, maybe I'm thinking Children of the Corn. And
which I've never seen.
I've seen bits and pieces, but I've never seen it all the way.
And I have a copy with audio commentary that I'm dying to watch.
So maybe I should just challenge you to Children of the Corn then.
I don't know, because I'll have to watch it twice then. So I don't know.
All right. But, so that was the other thing I was thinking.
Although I can tell you, it's one of those things where I listen to the first couple minutes of audio commentary, and immediately you could tell they're like, "Yeah, this is a piece of shit film." those are the best ones where they come back and say, "Yeah, this fucking film." It's I don't know if it'd be as good as the Chud audio commentary, but it sounds like it's close.
So then my actual challenge to you, the hint that I'll give you, is that it's also an insect film, and it's recent. It's within the last 20 years.
Okay, I can probably guess this then.
You already said the movie earlier in the podcast.
It's either wasp or mosquito.
It's neither of those.
What?
You actually said the movie earlier in the podcast.
In this podcast?
In this podcast.
It
is the plot is pretty much exactly the same as this movie. There's your hint.
I mentioned it already?
You've already mentioned the movie.
What year?
If you re-listen to the podcast.
What year?
Hold on. It's 1997. So
97.
When you re-listen to the podcast, you'll hear me go, "Oh, yeah, It's like, I'm like, fuck, because it's at that moment you're like, you said your challenge, you fuck.
It's not frogs.
It's not frogs.
I mentioned squirm. I mentioned slugs. I mentioned, what's the other one I mentioned? Squirm, slugs, frogs. I thought it was only 3 I mentioned.
Nope, you mentioned another one earlier in the film because we were talking about genetic modification of of mosquitoes and then the roaches, and then you just said, "Oh, it didn't work in this movie."
Oh, Mimic.
There you go.
Mimic.
Yeah.
Funny Shoes.
Funny Shoes.
Mr. Funny Shoes.
Mr. Funny Shoes.
And Stephen Dorff.
Is that Dorff?
Is that Dorff? I don't remember.
Let's see. It's Mira Sorvino.
Right. No, it's
Carlo
not.
Giannini.
Yeah, it's not. Is it
Jeremy Northam. Norman Reedus.
Uh-huh.
I think you're thinking of Norman Reedus. Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin, that's who I'm thinking of. Josh Brolin.
Josh Brolin.
Yeah. He's in there briefly.
Yeah, and it's a Guillermo del Toro film.
It's Guillermo del Toro. Yeah, it's like I think it's his first American film.
I think you're right, and I think that's why it's not very good.
No, well, again, you bring it to America, it's like, all right, now I have to do American films. Yeah, but these are shit. And I won't say any more because we're going to talk about it. So, but yeah,
that's your challenge.
Cool.
Because I've never really seen it all the way.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen it all the way.
I almost think I might have seen it in the theater, but I'm not sure. I don't think so, though.
I thought you did.
I don't know. I'm iffy on it. I'm not sure if I did. I might have because it was Guillermo del Toro, because I'd already seen Kronos, and I was like, "Oh, Guillermo." I think didn't this come? Devil's Backbone was after this, right? I don't recall. It might have been.
I want to say it was after.
I feel like Devil's Backbone was after Mimic. Yeah.
It actually was 4 years after Mimic.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was because it was like, oh, look, he did a good film again.
Yeah, his first film was Kronos.
Mm-hmm.
Then 4 years later, they brought him to America and had him do Mimic.
Ugh.
Then he went back to Spain or Mexico. And he was like, fuck this shit. I'm doing Devil's Backbone.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
And I remember you gave me a Laserdisc rip of that. And you're like,
oh, yeah.
You were like, watch this.
Well, this is back in the old days when we were doing VHS shit.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, here's the copy of Laserdisc on VHS for you. This is before DVD.
That's right. That's right. Well, no, DVD was out, but we were still heavily in the Laserdisc.
But they weren't releasing this shit on DVD.
No,
they were
correct.
No,
correct.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes. So DVD was only out by about 5 years or so.
This is back when DVDs were so new. The big thing for me was they put the trailer on the DVD with the movie, which I've always wanted them to do in VHS. I want to see the trailer because I love trailers. That was the big thing for me. That was all they were doing back then.
Yep.
With the first round of DVDs was like, hey, here's the movie and here's the trailer. I was like, oh, this is before they were doing audio commentaries, or before they were really doing them. I mean, because they were doing them for Laserdiscs.
Yes. Yeah.
There's that. I forget, was it Clerks or I think it was Clerks, where the Laserdisc audio commentary.
It was Mallrats.
What? I thought
it Mallrats where Kevin Smith tells DVD to go fuck itself.
It's one of them where he says go fuck itself.
That's
because then the next one they're like, oh yeah, I remember another one we said something about that, and no, I'm not going to say that here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was Mallrats. That was in the beginning of the audio commentary where he just basically goes, DVD, you can go fuck yourself.
Right.
And it was like, and then you're right. Then later on, he's like, yeah, I'm not going to say that again.
I'm telling you, though, Mallrats is still one of my, it's right up there with Evil Dead 2. It's one of my favorite audio commentaries.
Oh, yeah. What was the red edition with the Laserdisc was red? Isn't that the one that came with the really good audio commentary?
Which one?
Evil Dead 2?
Evil Dead 2? Oh, I don't recall. It was on a couple of them.
And I think the red, the blood red Evil Dead 2 edition where the disc was red, I think that's worth a shit ton of money, even now.
I'm pretty sure the audio commentary. I'm pretty sure the audio commentary is also on my Book of the Dead DVD.
Oh, okay.
Because I think that's where I listened to it. I've got like 5 copies of Evil Dead 2. Yeah, oh no, you know what? I think the audio commentary was on the Evil Dead that had the painted cover of the.
Is that the one? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's on a lot of them now, but that's the one I remember that had the audio commentary. It was like, oh yeah, this is great. Oh yeah. See work shed.
It was Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell, when they did Escape from L.A. at the premiere, Kurt Russell goes up to Bruce Campbell. He's like, say tool shed.
Work shed.
It's work shed, right?
It's work shed.
Yeah, it's work
yeah.
shed. Say
Yeah.
work shed.
Dude, come on. What are you? A neophyte? It's work shed.
That's right.
I've only seen that film 500 times. Come on. Including seeing it in a movie theater high on NyQuil when Bruce Campbell was there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's why I didn't ask any questions. It's like,
You say work shed.
Say work shed.
But your mouth doesn't move, Mr. Campbell. It's so fucking good.
Man.
Man.
All right. So we're doing
We're gonna do Mimic next week.
Mimic, and I might watch Children of the Corn regardless because it's October and I really can't do another Saw marathon again. I've done.
So you know what? Next week is like our Halloween episode because the following Thursday we're into November.
That's right. Unless we do our show on Halloween night, but I can't do that because
No, I could take my kids trick or treating. It's impossible.
I'm handing out fucking candy.
Good for you.
We actually like put ourselves on the candy map.
Oh, really? There's a candy map?
Our neighborhood's so good, it has a candy map.
That's cool.
For the kids, yeah. And guess what else? This weekend, we're going to Costco, and I'm buying full-size fucking candy bars. No fun size at the Wilson Ranch. No. It's like, take this. Bam.
Here you go, bitch.
Yeah.
Candy, bitch.
Yeah, tell your friends this is the cool house. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Fuck A. I'd be like 5-year-olds. How do you fucking like that? Bam!
No
The bag
toothbrushes
falls out of
here,
the pan.
asshole.
Tell the dentist I said, fuck you. Floss that shit out tomorrow.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you know what? Let that stuff sit overnight. This is your candy bar for.
We got a few things to decorate the house with. One of the things we have the security light, or the light that's on the outside of the house. We have this pumpkin that you put over it, so there's a illuminating pumpkin on the front of our house.
Oh,
It's pretty cool. It's actually very cool. But you put something up like that, you better be prepared to have your doorbell rung all night for candy, because it's like, shit, let's go to the house with the pumpkin on it.
I'm prepared because we're on the fucking candy map.
Nice.
That's right. Yeah, fucking living up down here in Texas, yo.
So yeah, but I know what we're taking. I dressed up as Rick Sanchez for my son's Halloween party.
Saw it. It was awesome.
It came out really good. They had like a pretty good shot of me and the whole thing. I mean, I went all the way down to the black belt with the gold buckle. I mean, I did the whole fucking thing. So I don't know. I think I am going to be getting dressed up, and I'm going to walk with my kids around town, because around the center of town, there's a whole candy map for that, and there's a whole thing going on over there. That the town center gets packed with kids, so much that they don't even come to our house that much for candy. Everyone in town just goes to the center. So
I don't want a lot of kids. I'm okay with some kids.
you shouldn't have put stuff on the map.
Well, I know, and also we're half a block away from like one of the most popular elementary schools in the county.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so we might get a lot of kids.
Yeah, you probably will.
I'm ready for it.
Nice.
We'll have to buy like fun size backups because I don't know how many full size candy bars I can buy on my budget. I think after 100, we're gonna have to switch to the fun size. Say, you should have come out earlier.
Yeah. Yep. And then whatever's left, you get to eat.
But do you guys even go out on actual Halloween?
Yeah.
Really? Because I know like a lot of places now say, oh, we're going to do it Saturday before.
No, fuck that.
I agree. Fuck that. I'm not doing it.
We go out on the day. Whatever day it fucking is the day we go out. This year it's on a Wednesday. So, no, the kids, they get dressed up. We go out and we just walk around. And then when we're done, the kids come home. We still inspect the candy because, fuck that. I'm not going to not inspect it.
That's bullshit.
It is total bullshit.
I will give you $1,000 if you find a razor or a needle in your fucking candy. Bullshit. No fair putting in yourself. We're on the honor system.
Yeah, no. It is complete bullshit, and I still check it. So.
Bullshit.
Yeah, one of the things I check for with the candy is the wrapper. If you just squeeze it a bit, it should be no air escaping from it. What you give me a fucking look for?
Not one documented case of tainted candy.
I know
of
that.
Halloween.
I
Not
know it's
one.
complete bullshit. But if you grab a piece of candy and you squeeze it and no air escapes, then it obviously hasn't been tampered with. What? Listen, it's something that's been ingrained in me since I was a child, and I have children. Yeah, I understand that it's total bullshit and it's a complete waste of my time, but I'm still gonna fucking do it because, fuck if I don't. Hey, you don't check any of your candy. I don't give a shit.
Where am I going trick or treating? I'm 45. They're gonna call the cops on me. I show up at your house with a mask and say, "Give me something."
I might go trick or treating this year.
You will not go trick or treating.
If I get dressed up, I'm gonna walk up to the door with the kids.
Yeah, but you're not gonna hold out a bag and say, "Give me something good to eat."
Well, I can guarantee you that they're gonna hand me something anyway. They're gonna be like, "Here, take this."
No, they're.
And then at some point, I'm gonna be like, "Shit, I have a pocket full of fucking chocolate. I need a bag now."
No, they're not giving you candy.
If I'm dressed up, they're gonna give me candy.
If they do, don't take candy from that house.
Then it's gonna be tainted.
Yeah, because no adults are getting candy in my fucking house. Go buy candy.
Did you see that thing that they had? And we really need to end the show. We're like at 2 hours now.
Yes.
It was somebody posted that people were giving edibles to kids, and then there was a comment to that says, "No one is giving away their fucking edibles. Yeah. Cut this shit out, please."
They had the same thing a couple years ago about like ecstasy looking like candy. It's like, no, nobody's fucking giving your kid ecstasy. You know how much that shit costs? No one's giving you their drugs.
Yeah. Fuck you if you even think that's fucking possible.
Not one documented case of a kid being given. The only thing I've ever seen is the 1 year where like a hospital or an old nursing home was doing like bags for kids, and they accidentally put medication in the bags. But it was like in the bottle and shit. It's like, oh yeah, you got someone's medication. That's not good.
You got grandma's meds there.
Yeah, that's the closest you've ever gotten to a documented case.
It's tamper-proof anyway. So
exactly, the adults can't even open that shit.
My arthritis, I can't even open it. All right, let's end this. I'm done.
Okay.
I gotta go sit on my couch and just fucking veg out now.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Episode 283 of Moviesucktastic. As always, thank you for joining us. We totally appreciate you hanging out with us.
Totally.
Make sure you go to our website at moviesucktastic.com, and you can download the show there. You can listen to the show there. You can come and hang out with us live every Thursday at 8 o'clock and just chill out with us. It's fun. You can go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/moviesucktastic. Everything we post, from movie trailers to movie news to when we go live, it all goes there. You can go to iTunes and you can download or listen to the show there as well. Make sure you leave a review for us. We always appreciate that. You can email us. The address is themovieguys@moviesucktastic.com. If you want to leave us voicemail, the number for that is 908-514-4470. 908-514-4470. Please leave us voicemail. We'll play that on the show. And hell, even if we got an accidental voicemail, we'll still play it. No one leaves us voicemail ever. And I've said this from the beginning.
Don't harp on it.
It's just, I get it. You listen to an episode, you move on to the next. We have, the downloads to prove that people are listening. And I get that, you don't want to call. That's fine. But, we want to hear from you. So
maybe we're off-putting.
I don't think so.
Maybe they're afraid I'm going to yell at them.
Oh yeah, like that douchebag on YouTube saying, "Don't listen to these two fatties." It's like, what the fuck? Especially the one on the right. It's like, who the fuck are you?
I didn't even read the comment. You told me there was. I was like, just report whoever it is.
I reported him because he's an asshole.
I don't give a fuck.
So, anyhow, we have an app. I promise we will be fixing that very shortly. I know.
We're waiting on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to remind me what I have to do again because I forgot.
It's that ID
thing. It's a YouTube thing. I know that.
It's a YouTube ID thing.
So, Send me a
We'll
link.
coordinate this weekend. We've got to work on OBS and other stuff. We'll coordinate this weekend. We'll get it all set up.
Send me
Figure it out.
a link of what I need to fix, and I'll make sure to do it.
My wife's bugging me about it because that's how she listens to the podcast. So we'll get it fixed.
It's how I
Believe me.
listen to it.
I'm paying $100 a year for the link for the app. We'll get it fucking fixed.
Yeah, and exactly. Yeah, that's about it. The app is free, so you should get it when it comes back, which we're hoping is very soon. But other than that, do you have any words of wisdom, Mr. Wilson?
Oh fuck! You caught me off guard with that.
I am Homer,
Hmm.
the exterminator.
One of nature's never-ending wonders. You know, like tripe.
Like tripe. What does that have to do with nature? It's cow stomach. Tripe is cow stomach.
Again, don't just let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Let it go. No, I hate that movie.
You bugged me.
Had to piss my wheels.
Piss my wheels.
All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Cat roach.
Meow.
Uh.